And now it's time for Getting Real Cleveland. And I am your host. That's right, the host with the most. Doug Duke is back, aka the self-proclaimed greatest influencer in the world. And I love when I do that because it's almost like the Spike Lee shot. Um, Welcome to Getting Real Cleveland, everybody. I am here as always with Mr. Cleveland Film, Mike Went. Mike Went, how we doing tonight?
I'm doing great. Have you recovered from the Miami Vice episode?
I don't think I have. I just fucking posted it today. It was done for I think when I even well, it doesn't matter. I had it done for a little bit, but we waited a couple days. That was a behemoth. Well, let's hope today's not that.
Yeah, we're gonna do it's almost like a grab bag today, a
Yeah,
little
today's
bit.
the grab bag. We're catching up. We did just see, both of us saw the new movie, I Want Your Sex. That's right. You too. Look at you. Where'd you go? I went to the
I went
Nightlight.
to the Atlas Diamond Center, which
Oh,
is in Mentor, Ohio. It was the
okay.
only place that was playing it like around noon on a Sunday. So like Valley View had 8 a.m. or 8:10 and 8:40 a.m. and then nothing until like later. So I don't know if it's because Spider-Man like took over all the screen kind of thing, or if
That could
that
be
was
it.
just like the mandate from the studio. It's like, okay, you can play it early in the morning and you can't play it till late at night because for the sick fucks or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, I
But
thought Valleyville had full shows, but yeah, well, whatever.
yeah.
Um, I went to our glorious Nightlight, which I wanted to see it, but it didn't end up playing in screen two. But I was like, sweet, screen one. I'll get them recliners, and we got there early. And I put a water bottle down and a pamphlet. I almost took my overshirt off and put it down. I guess maybe I should have because these two older ladies just straight up jacked our seats. Uh, it was pretty rude.
I'll bring
Anyway.
that up at the next Nightlight board meeting. Hey, um, when Doug Duke
I
is in
mean,
theater one, he needs the
I got there early. I thought I staked my claim. I was like, Jesus. I was like, I've been here since 7. I was like, um, but anyway, how about the movie? When was the last time? What was his last movie in theaters?
So it was in 2014, and I'm gonna get the name wrong, so I'm gonna just quickly shuffle it. I know it had Shailene Woodley, and I
Oh, okay,
saw it at the Cinematheque at the time.
nice.
But yeah, I know he's been doing quite a bit
12 years.
of TV for the last
Oh,
couple years.
okay.
So,
Yeah, and
White Bird in a Blizzard is what it was
White
called.
Bird in a Blizzard. I definitely did not see that. I am actually, this is a big blind spot for me. I have not seen a lot of his films. I
Yeah,
did
I
see,
do. I
oh
do
yeah,
highly suggest the
he blocked that.
Criterion, his Teen Apocalypse trilogy, totally fucked up. Um, oh, Doom Generation and Nowhere, Doom Generation especially, very
So
essential viewing.
So I was gonna bring that up, but that's the one I've seen, and I saw it back in the day. I was I was actually telling Kelsey this, and I think I ended up telling Rosa and a couple other people at the bar the other night. I was like, I put on Doom Generation back in the day when I was a teenager, thinking I probably like it was like a Skinamax movie. I was like, ooh, the movie with the nudity when I was a teenager to put on cable late at night, and boy was I in for a big surprise. When you were looking for one of those type of movies, because that was not it.
Yeah.
I remember a man's head getting blown off and green stuff coming out of his mouth. I remember somebody eating something off their hand that was very interesting. I was like, oh, okay, interesting. What is this? And I mean, what year did that movie come out?
I think it's like 94, 95, one of
Yeah,
those.
so I was like
95. Yeah.
95. Yeah, so whenever that came out on cable, like say I was 14, I was like, what? I was like, what's
Yeah.
going on here? So I saw it that long ago, so not really like, who I
Fresh.
am now. Yeah,
Yeah,
too.
it a couple years ago, I think for the 30th, it played at the Cinematheque.
Mhm.
They had a 4K
Yeah.
restoration of it, and it was really fun to see with the right crowd.
Right, of
Because
course.
like the way how the dialogue in that film, especially the way how Rose McGowan delivers it is, it can be for some people not their favorite, but I don't know. I quite enjoy it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, this new movie, I thought personally, I thought it was really hilarious, and
Yes.
inventive, and there were like these occasional animated sequences that popped up, like Charlie XCX's animated boobs. That was,
Yeah, it was actually really fun.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I didn't really know what to expect. It just looked like fun and
Hmm.
I mean, Olivia obviously a great summer for her. But
Yeah.
she was so amazing in this movie. Just like way to go for it. Just bold, fierce, like just fucking, like obviously trust in the director.
Hmm. Hmm.
Sorry. And then Cooper Hoffman, man, just obviously since he does Licorice Pizza, it's fucking Phil's kid, like really his first movie. He's working with like, his one of his dad's best friends.
Yeah.
So of course that one seemed to obviously have worked out. I love that movie. And I've just been keeping tabs. If he's in something, I try to watch it. Like I don't really care for Saturday Night, but he was awesome in it.
Yes, he
Um,
was probably one of the best parts of
yeah.
that.
And he
On
literally has a moment in that movie when we watched it in the theater. Me and Kelsey looked at each other like simultaneously, and we were like, "That's his father." Like
Yes.
he has this screaming moment in it. And then like the long walk was fine. I mean, I didn't love it, I didn't hate it or anything. It was pretty good. But he's just so fascinating. The kid's got it, man. The kid's
Oh
got.
yeah. Yeah,
And like
I
at first, like I couldn't like decipher like in Licorice Pizza, I was like, I just didn't see his father at all. But this movie, I did, and then in Saturday Night, that one moment for sure. But this movie for sure, even at the towards the end, there's like one last like kind of final scene, and he has more scruff, and I'm literally like, that's D&D Mattress Man, like.
yes.
Like I kind of almost feel like Phil. I mean, he's still got like this blondish hair in that, but I feel like there is a little more red or something in Phil and Punch Drunk, and maybe
Yeah.
that helped too.
Well, he's nearly in almost every scene of this film, and
Yeah,
I mean, him and Olivia Wilde have so much great chemistry, but even the scenes with his roommate,
yeah,
I found the roommate to be hilarious, and I know I I can't think of her name right now, but I know she's in the studio
yeah,
as
she's great.
one of the assistants in the studio, but yeah, I mean, he has such a likable presence, and I mean, I mean, gosh, I think he's still only like 23, 24, 25, something like that.
Crazy.
I
Yeah, it's
mean, he's
crazy.
gonna have like a long career unless like
Yeah,
he just decides like I'm over this, whatever. But
sure.
I
But
mean,
no,
God, he is
he
so good.
seems really into it. He'll probably end up making his own stuff at some point too. I
Oh,
don't
I
know.
hope so. I hope.
But he's yeah, he's keeping it, he's really like carrying the torch of his father. I mean, it sucks that he's not here to see this, and I'm sure it also maybe even sucks for him. Like this is all we're always going to talk about in a way, but hopefully it doesn't. I mean, like I think he knows, I mean, he should like what, his dad meant to a lot of us.
Oh yeah.
One of the best ever to do it, and we're
Hmm.
seeing it in him, and it's more, it's one of those happy things, man. It's like it's just seeing him just makes me so happy, and the fact that he's kind of like choosing weird things to do, being
Yes.
vulnerable, and he has a jerk off scene in this movie. I don't know if you saw his Criterion Closet piece,
Yeah, I
but
was gonna
he
mention that.
yeah, he picks up happiness, and like, he like mentions like, we don't know, but a lot of people don't get the experience of seeing their father jerk off on the screen. And like just like the fact that he has that sense of humor, and to even say that, because it's like, everybody's kind of thinking it, and just
Yeah.
hearing it come from him is like really fucking funny. But yeah, man, I mean, outside of Licorice Pizza, I think this was his best performance. I thought he was so fucking good in this movie.
Yeah.
But also didn't expect it to just be like so fucking like, well, I don't mean it to sound condescending, but like I just thought it was gonna be more campy, like comedy, and it's there, but like I was into like what was happening. I thought it was actually kind of even like with the animated stuff that you're saying, it felt kind of very grounded and I was
Yeah.
surprised it just didn't go like some silly route. Like everything was like, oh, I was like, wow, this is really fucking good.
Yeah, well, I thought in some ways it's certainly uh, even though Greg Araki's like in his mid 60s, he made something I think that's very probably relatable to young people as we have a lot of young interns and a lot of times like they have no idea what they're going to do like post college or like how do they get into this art world, the film world, all insert whatever world that pertains to arts, that it's kind of like there are these people who are like the Olivia Wilde character who is just so eccentric and out there. And I've never been in a situation what Cooper Hoffman's characters put in, but I've certainly met personalities of that type
Yeah,
who are very much a single mind, or like maybe not, no, that's not the right word, but very eccentric, and sometimes are hard on younger people trying to break in. And I thought that was like there was like
yeah.
a heart to it, even though it is a movie that's called I Want Your Sex. And I think I mentioned it to you, but like I felt so awkward buying the ticket because like teenage girl was like doing the ticket stuff. So sorry to that young woman. Uh,
Yeah, like it just didn't even hit me. Like I said it at Nightlight to get a ticket, and I think she made a joke, and I was just like not paying attention. But then I saw other people do it, and there was definitely like, oh, and I was like, oh, right, yeah,
yeah,
whatever.
no, no,
It's just like doesn't even like phase me anymore.
I quickly made sure to be like the 12:15 show.
That's funny. But yeah, I mean, awesome movie, man. I just had a great time with it, and Cooper, just like the desperation and the belief, you just believe everything that he's going through, and it's awesome. Because like you said, you're like, well, you've been around people like that, but you didn't specifically have this situation happen to you. Unfortunate for you to have somebody like Olivia Wilde not.
Right.
I mean, that would have been great for anybody.
Well, I'm sure certain people who are in that, like the fine arts world or like the modern art world, will get a kick out of it because I mean, the the opening one of the opening scenes, it's like basically him and the other assistants, they're chewing gum to contribute to something that is definitely shaped like a vagina. And it's just like, I mean, it's just kind of funny. And I'm sure Araki and his writing partner have probably seen all that
Yeah,
kind of stuff. And
yeah.
it kind of very sharply satirizes, those folks who basically say, yeah, like modern art is a scam. Like,
Yeah, there was a lot there with that too, I saw a clip of him before I saw the movie where he was just like saying that he just wanted to make something poppy and fun and just funny because he's like going dark and dystopic right now. He's like we're literally living in it, so he's like it's just like not
yeah,
what I want to do. I just wanted to make like a just a fun poppy movie, and he did. I mean, it's so colorful and I did see a little blurb about him. I didn't like read too deep into it about like how, he's very like he's all for like digital filmmaking and that's
yeah,
fine. So I saw people jumping on that, but like I mean, whatever. He made a modern movie. I think it fits for the story that was told, and I thought it looked great. Honestly, I loved all the colors and how it
yeah,
looked. Yeah, just good time. Great night at the movies. Also, 90 minutes. Can't beat that. Can't
yes,
beat that sometimes,
nice
You
and
gotta
tight.
love
Yep.
that. Nice and tight. But yeah, Olivia and Cooper, obviously. And I should have looked it up at this point, but I didn't. But yes, the girl that's in the studio and his roommate, she's really awesome. Kind of
Yes.
also the scene stealer. Um, but speaking of Olivia, this is something we forgot to bring up. Obviously not on the Miami Vice podcast because there was nothing
Yeah.
else to talk about besides that. But our previous one, our other grab bag. But you saw the invite like over a week, maybe 2 weeks ago now,
Oh
and,
yeah.
and I
Yeah. I
wanted to get
mean,
your thoughts on it because I obviously talked about it when I seen it. But
yeah.
yes,
No, I on I mean, obviously, Olivia Wilde is having a great summer. Or she had a great Sundance, I guess, because both of these came out during Sundance. But yeah, I super enjoyed the invite. It's funny, and there are a tendency when things are in, you know, one room, or in the case of this film, one apartment, that can feel stale. But I was impressed by her blocking and the way the energy in the edit, that I thought made it feel fresh. And it was like I never checked my watch. It just kind of like, you know, it started, and it like I felt it flew by. Each person gets their moment to shine. Uh, I echo that what you said about this film, but you know, Penelope Cruz, just like she is like so good in that role and just sexy as hell. And you know, sometimes Edward Norton is, I feel, underutilized when he's used in movies, and this one I think uses him very perfectly. And Seth Rogen is just so funny in that in
Oh,
that movie.
my
Um,
pillows. That
yeah.
was fuck yeah.
Um,
I'm a man who uses two pillows to sleep because of my back, and that really hit me on a deep personal level. That scene.
yeah. But in Olivia, like, you know, comparing her role in that to I Want Your Sex, it's like a totally different
Yeah.
role, and just shows her range, and also just a triumph of her direction, and the fact that she chose to shoot it on film, and
Yeah.
all this thing. So it's like it's kind of, I would love to like see a double feature of this at some point, you know, because it is like it shows the two sides of her talent, and or you know, four sides of her talent, you know, because she directed, wrote, or she didn't, sorry, she didn't write the invite, but I'm sure she contributed some in the script. But yeah, it's just a really impressive feature. And I think, as we talked about it last time, just a big comeback from that Don't Worry Darling, where it was almost like people had written her off, but you know, she's like, I'm back, bitches, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, no, that was, and like I'm kind of like you. Like I didn't like love it or hate it, but I didn't think it was like the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
You know what
No.
I mean? Yeah, and she clearly has talent, and like you said, like Invite is awesome, and I am glad she shot it on film too. You know, and it kind of goes back to like something that we talked about. I'm sure there's other inspirations, but it does feel like one of those smaller Woody Allen movies in
Hmm.
an apartment in New York. So I'm glad she did it that way, and you know, the Summer of Wild as well this summer.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe that'll be the double one day. We can call it the summer of, you know, the 2000, the 2026 Summer of Wild double. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I love it too. I think I kind of mentioned something where I was like, you know, she's two kind of different types of psychos, even though,
Yes.
like you said, they're two very different performances. But the one little hinge is just like, you know, she's very silent, and just like the looks that she could give Rogan in the invite, where you can kind of see the insanity and the rage inside of her, where fucking I Want Your Sex, she is just loud and, like I said, bold, fierce, and just she doesn't give a fuck. She gets what she wants. She does what she wants. And that's like, yeah, that's like such a different, like this side and this side of the
Yeah.
spectrum. And that's why, yeah, that's why she's great. But yeah, both of those, I love both of those movies. Both very funny, hilarious movies. Good, you know, good time at the movies this summer with two funny movies with her as well. And again, Cooper Hoffman, sign me up, whatever you're doing. I
Yes.
mean, you're probably eventually end up doing a fucking comic book movie, and that's fine. And then I don't, you know,
There are rumors circulating.
yeah.
He might
He
be.
said no, but who knows at this point?
Yeah.
Uh, and then they're all gonna want him to do the fucking Chris Pratt regimen and get him all buff and ripped and all that shit. I've been reading about.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, before we actually get on to one of those bigger fucking movies, let's talk about you went to Robert Banks's Eraserhead screening.
Oh yeah. So Robert Banks, for anybody who's listening, is a filmmaker here in Cleveland, very well known in the arts community, and has ever since childhood loved showing movies in his neighborhood. So he used to like do it in the garage when he was younger. Him and his dad used to like show movies for the neighborhood kids. So it's just something that he's always been very about. So in this year, he's been doing some screenings with an organization called Photo Cleveland. So they've been showing some Stanley Kubrick films, they've been showing some Lynch films, but this time, Robert, like a few that they've shown have been digital format, and Robert is very much a film purist. So his friend recently got a 16 millimeter print struck of Eraserhead from a 4K. Um, and it looked really nice. And
That's cool.
but yeah, it's like when he does this, it's in the like the basically the backyard of his apartment building, and usually a lot of the people come out and there's popcorn, drinks, and pizza or whatever. But it was just, Eraserhead is one of those movies that, last year I got to see it on a film print at the Cinematheque. And I think every time I watch it, I get more out of it. And even though it is, many people would probably just consider it a weird film, I do find it probably one of his Lynch's most personal, especially, because
Oh, yeah,
about the fear of him becoming a father.
of
And
course.
and there's times where I do get a little bit emotional towards the I it's like every time I always talk about getting emotional, but like get a little bit emotional towards the end of the film, even though it is so esoteric and bizarre. But because this guy's going through it, and
Yeah.
also like the baby basically that they birth is like, also not like doing so well.
Yeah.
So it's just a um
Not
you know
traditionally what you see a baby as.
right, right. Um, so and I know Robert's gonna do some screenings on his birthday, which this year will be his 60th birthday. But that's something like to be able to share that with him, something that gives him so much joy to show films to friends and sometimes like strangers is a really cool thing, and it's always like something I look forward to in nicer weather in the summer when he
Yeah,
does them.
no, that's amazing. I didn't know it went as far back as to when he was a kid. That's really
Oh
cool.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
so cool, man. No, I mean, what a phenomenal, amazing tradition he's had, and like you said, it is important. It's so cool that he does that because, granted, and especially for strangers, like the fact, just building a cool community like that and having people just come respect the fuck out of each other and watch a great film, and I mean, it's David Lynch. It's one of the best always. Like Eraser,
Yes.
no matter what, no matter which one you throw on, you always have your preference. But put a David Lynch movie on, man, we're talking, masterful shit right there.
Oh my
And
God, yes.
and
Yes.
it's his first one, and there was it's like one of those movies that took a long time too. It was like a 7 year kind of thing for him.
Hmm.
I haven't actually seen it in a handful of years, but I've seen that movie plenty. I've never seen it at the Egyptian, and I've probably went to a midnight, so I've seen it in theaters on a print probably 2 to 3 times,
Yeah.
and I've seen it at home, obviously. And yeah, man, I love watching that movie. It's inspired me for sure through some things. And when I've made something, I was like, oh, this is me trying to do my like, whatever he ever put inside of me. Like, how do I get, here's my little weird thing.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the best, man. And and it's like styles too in our, we hate keep using that word weird all the time, but I mean, sure, that makes sense, but like, I mean, that movie is about the fear of becoming a father at the end of the day, even through all of its craziness, and
Yeah.
a woman singing in a furnace. Like
Yeah. I
I actually have that little piece. I don't know if you can see it back
Oh,
there.
that's awesome. Oh, I do. Yeah. I
Um,
I
yeah,
like especially love the scene where he's going to dinner with
yes.
his partner's parents. Like that
Oh,
to me
that's
is just that makes
unreal.
me feel like the first time I had a meal at, at
Right.
my wife's parents, because I was just so nervous and, everything. I mean, they were much more welcoming than that, but you know,
I hope
there's just
so.
that fear in the back of your head, like, oh my God,
Yeah.
what is it going to be like?
No, that's awesome. And please give me a heads up, more of a heads up this time. Well, you did tell me, you said mention Eraserhead when we were doing one of these shows, but I didn't know the date. But definitely give me a heads up when he's doing his next one. I would
Oh,
really love to
absolutely.
go to
Yeah.
one of those nights and hang out with everybody and watch something cool and watch something projected. But yeah, that's awesome, man. And thank him. Like, what a cool fucking thing to do for your community and your city and for movies, just for cinema in general. Like, yes,
Yeah.
why wouldn't that make you happy? Um, and speaking of cinema, no, you went and saw the big one.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah. Yep.
you saw the Spider-Man movie. I was thinking the other day, sorry. I actually kind of take a little pride in this, and but then it was ruined quickly. But I was like, I had never actually seen a Spider-Man movie in theaters. And I was like, that's actually impressive if you think about it. And then but then I realized I went to the into the Spider-Verse sequel, whatever the fuck that was
hmm
called.
hmm
And like it was fine and everything, but it really pissed me off that I just watched the middle piece of a movie and like there was like no ending. I was like, are you fucking serious? I was like, this is just we're just gonna go and tune in next time, basically, is like how that movie ended. I was pissed.
Yeah, and it's still been a couple year gap since
Right. Like
the
it's not
follow
like
up
it
to
was
that.
planned to like, hey, the next one's gonna be out in a few months or even a year. Anyway. But maybe one day you can watch them all together and you're like, oh yeah, okay, cool. But when I went. But anyway, other than that. But what'd you think of the new Spidey?
Yeah, so my wife and I went to it and it was good. It was very solid, I think. I have enjoyed these Tom Holland ones. Like I really like the Sam Raimi ones, especially Spider-Man 2, which I know everybody quotes and or at least cites as like one of the better ones. And then 3 kind of holds a special place because some of it's filmed in Cleveland. So even if some of
Right.
it's you know maybe not Sam Raimi's best. But this one, to me, it works best when it's about Peter, MJ, Zendaya, and their friend Ned, who the previous film he had to kind of like wipe away memories to help protect them. So basically, they don't know who he is, and whenever he's around them, he's trying to think of the right time to tell him. So I thought those parts were really good. There is this might be a slight spoiler, but like they wedge in, or not wedge in, but they introduce a X-Men character into this, and that to me it was interesting, but it didn't work for me as much as it seemingly does for everybody else. If you go on Letterbox, and a lot of the people that I follow on Letterbox are local filmmakers who are younger and like they're giving it 4.5, 5 stars, whatever. I gave it a solid 3.5. I was very entertained. But yeah, I thought it did drag a little bit with the X-Men
Yeah,
stuff. But I will say a welcome addition was John Bernthal as Punisher. He is very funny in the movie. And whenever he was on screen, I was happy. I was entertained in it.
it's fun.
But as ever since Endgame, I haven't been as into a lot of these MCU movies because they're trying to jam so much exposition and world and
Yeah.
just to make a movie. And I've always been of the mindset it's like, hey, take a hard, just take a break for a little bit. Don't necessarily have to have one every quarter or
Right.
half year, and let people miss it. And but I mean, clearly that's not why I'm not an executive, and they were wise to like put this out
Oh
there
yeah,
because it
this
made
is a
almost
huge
400
one.
million over the
Right, right.
weekend.
Uh,
But it's one of those things where I feel like, hey, maybe make something original. Just look at the Odyssey, right? I mean, even though that's based on a
sure.
3,000-year-old story.
Yeah. But yeah, yeah, I'm not just like I'm just not really into a lot of these, but I don't want it's I don't want to say I'm not because there are certain comic book movies or, whatever. But yeah, like MCU though, like I checked out at the first Avengers. I was like, no. I was like, not for me. But it just didn't and I like all three Iron Mans, honestly. Iron Man 3 is my favorite MCU movie. It's probably also because I grew up with Shane Black
Yeah,
and that
yeah.
and that really stripped it away and he's like out of the suit most of the time and him and Cheeto roll up in like t-shirts at the end like it's a Lethal
Yeah.
Weapon movie so he calls a kid a pussy in an MCU movie so
And I also like Ben
all my
Kingsley
favorite
can have
things.
fun in it too,
Yeah,
like instead of just being like a elderly statesman.
right. Yeah, and like I'm not that tied to the comic book, so when people lost their shit over what they did with Ben Kingsley and that, the that character, I was like, I don't give a fuck. I was like, also it's fucking hilarious. He's just some
Yes.
paid actor drunk. It's amazing. Um so yeah, I don't, you know what I mean? So that's just kind of where I'm at. The last one that I enjoyed and I'm mad I didn't actually go see it in the theaters. I thought Guardians 3 was actually really great.
Oh, yes. Yeah,
I
that
thought that
one.
that one had me in
Yes.
tears. I was like, oh, okay, this is like an action adventure I grew up with. I was like, I like that movie. Um,
Yeah, that one
but
is
anyway,
one of the stronger ones of
yeah,
the post Endgame Marvel films
sure.
for sure.
But yeah, that's enough of that.
Ah,
Well, okay, I work with some younger people, and they're like, "You gonna go see the new Spider-Man?" I was like, "No," no offense, but you obviously don't know me yet. But I was like, I just don't see that. And again, I thought, I literally have not seen any of them outside of now the Spider-Verse 2 in theaters, and I was like, that's crazy. Like even back in the early 2000s when it was coming out, and I was like, I don't, that whole turn after the Matrix into the 2000s and like all the fucking graphics and shit. I was like, I don't want anything to do with this. I was like really catching up on at that age for me too, like of all these 70s movies.
yeah,
And that's just kind of where I stick now anyway. Like I like character movies and shit like that for the most
yeah,
part. Don't get me wrong, I do like big fucking shit too. But then I was like, they're like, oh well, Zendaya and Tom Holland, they're amazing actors. I was like, well, you should go see this other movie they're in called The
yes.
Odyssey, and
Yeah.
like one of them literally was like, oh, that's way too long. I was like, Spider-Man's like 20 minutes shorter. I was like, what are you talking about? Anyway, um, all right. I did you see Hokum? I watched Hokum
I did
when
not see Hokum, and
oh, okay.
I'm curious to hear your take on it because that was one that I wanted to see, but
Yeah, yeah.
there was
Um,
birthdays and stuff and all that
sure.
in May. Yeah, it's a
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, I missed it too. We almost ended up going, but whatever. Also missed it. So I just rented this the other night. Great. Did not regret that rental at all. Uh, it was awesome, man. Like, well, I like this guy. I had actually seen his previous two. I think Oddity was the last one,
Oh yeah, that's a
and then
great.
what's the other one? Caveat. Is that how you say? I think.
Okay.
I think, yeah, yeah, and that maybe I'm saying it wrong. Is it just Cavett? I don't know. I'm stupid. I went to Ohio public school. No, but I think both of those are very good. I think this guy is really good at horror. I there's just like the tension, his just like his sequences and everything. Like there's a sequence in this movie like like one of those beds that have like the sheets all around it, and like this witch is just like, and Adam Scott's like in it, and the way this witch is just like walking across the sheet, and just like the imagery of that, and just how scary it is. Like
Yeah.
even when she comes up from this dumbwaiter too, and then like he's like looking at it from like the back of the room, and then all of a sudden this hand is just like out of that dumbwaiter door, just like even that shit, and you're just like, fuck yeah, man, this is how you do horror movies, you know? I like this guy, Damian McCarthy.
Damian McCarthy. Okay.
Yeah, he's really good, man. So like that's why also I wanted to see this, and this would have been a great theater experience. And then it kind of wrapped up, and I was like, okay, it does its wrap up. I was like, yeah, it was good. And then I'm like laying down that night, and I just like couldn't stop thinking about it. And I was like, fuck, that was good. And then I woke up the next day, and just sporadically throughout the next day, like I was just like kept thinking about it, and kept thinking
Yeah.
about like the backstory of like Adam Scott's character and all the stuff that kind of happens in there. This dude's very into folklore. I mean, there's literally like a folklore book in this one, and he really is into. I mean, and this definitely goes with his first two movies. He's really into these figurines too, or some
Okay.
sort of like thing, and then this one has some great close-ups on some of these old figurines. And he's Irish, so there's feels like a lot of that other, like that kind of history like pops up in it too, or yeah, just like into his history or into some other folklore, and it was good, man. I think it was awesome. It was really solid,
Yeah.
good movie. Ab Scott's great. And then everybody else is like, I don't really know who they are. Maybe there's some Irish actors and stuff like that, but good movie. Good movie.
Yeah. I'm definitely
Definitely
gonna
worth checking out.
Yeah, I definitely need to catch up
Yeah.
with that one. Real quick, I know before we're going to talk about the last film, which I'm really excited to talk
Yeah.
about, but I did watch at least the first 13 minutes of Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die.
Oh.
Because I do this sometimes where like I'm up late, I'm like working on something, and then I'll throw on a movie, and then I feel tired. But those first 13 minutes at least before the title came up, I
Yeah.
was like, yes.
Right. I
So
told you,
I
man. That
will
movie,
finish it.
it
But
opens hot, man. It opens
based
real
on
hot.
your recommendation, that
Yeah,
is hella good. Yeah.
yeah. I'm telling you, man, it opens amazing. Uh, and then yeah, the last movie I want to talk about that I watched last night, and same thing, ended up renting this one. Do not regret this rental. Tuner, man.
Yeah, I love
Fucking
Tuner.
Tuner.
Yeah.
And I know you saw it in theaters, so lucky you. So you got the better sound. But let me tell you, just even my little shitty surround that I have, like I had to, my kid's sleeping. I had to turn it down, man. There's a scene where this airplane flies over this house, and I was like, what the fuck, man? It was like it was louder than if the actual airplane was outside of our house right now flying over. I was like, what the fuck was that? Um, great movie. And again, I'll let you go, but it just for me real
Yeah.
quick is I saw the trailer finally when I forgot what I went to see. Maybe it was In the Gray. When I went and saw that, it was in that the Medina Regal, and I was like, I heard of it and I knew it was like making the rounds, and I knew Hoffman was in it. I just never just like hit play on the trailer, so I finally saw it in the theater, and well, son of a bitch. I was like, that's exactly what I want. A thief movie, a fucking, and like that. It just looked like it had everything. And at the end of the day, the movie does literally have everything. It has like, oh man. But lucky you saw it in the movie theater, you lucky bastard.
Yeah, no, that it was one that I for a while I would see the trailer before almost everything that I had seen like in the spring or the and so I was like, "Oh, I want to make sure to catch this." And it came out from like a smaller distributor, so I knew if I wanted to see it, I was going to have to catch it pretty quick. But going back to what you were saying about how it does have everything, it does and I'm sure maybe to you as well, it feels very much like a movie from the 70s. High character piece, but
Mhm.
also, and it's like it's like a buddy comedy at the beginning with him
Yes.
and Dustin Hoffman,
Dude, Dustin
and
Hoffman's so funny in the movie.
and then when he meets our the Haley Lou from our beloved Her Private Hell.
Havana Rose Lou. Havana Rose
Yeah.
Lou.
And and then it gets pretty dark at times.
Mhm.
Once he gets kind of sucked into this world because he's using advanced or his hearing so he can crack safes and everything. And the way how it's done is so clever in the sound design where, sometimes you just hear the little clicks when he's like putting his ear next to it. And it's the feature narrative debut from a filmmaker who won an Oscar for a documentary called Navalny from a couple years ago about a Russian, informant, basically. But yeah, I mean, this guy, I mean, he's gonna have, to me, I think I listened to an interview where I think he already has another movie in the can, so that
Nice.
immediately will become something that, maybe next year's much must
Yeah.
watch list. But
Yeah.
it's such a great movie.
It's a phenomenal movie, man. I absolutely loved it. I was like fucking 5 stars, dude. Like, and like even like you kind of know, like we've watched a lot of movies, so we know kind of like what's coming. And it's not if like if you're gonna be one of those people who's like, oh, I knew this, and this was gonna happen. It's like it's not about that. And like,
Yeah.
yeah, but it's also the execution of that. Like, it never made you like roll your eyes like when it happened. Like it was like hell yeah, like everything was just it was precise, it was great, man. And obviously the sound design is unbelievable. But
Yeah.
yeah, it looked great, cinematography wise, and like you said, all the characters. And since we've obviously just did the Miami Vice episode and been talking about Michael Mann, like so Michael Mann, like in a way. and
Yes.
and I and I saw that in the trailer. Like, I mean, it's thief, like you're cracking safes or whatever, in a different way. They're doing more drills and shit, James Caan and but like it's the same thing. It's pros. Like, I mean, that kid, like what's it, Leo Woodall, I think is his
Woodall.
name.
Yeah.
And like I don't really know him, and I was like, oh right, he was in White Lotus. So I had seen him in that. So, but he's a pro. Like even like his backstory of the same thing with Havana Rose Liu, and also like whatever she's doing, put her on the fucking list of like I'm watching anything
Yes.
he's probably
Yes.
going to be in. She's fucking great, man.
Hmm.
And just as we were talking about Olivia, those two different performances. I mean, look at her private hell performance, and look at this performance. Like another, just like this one's on this side, this one's on that
Yep.
side. Like,
Yeah.
she's amazing. She seems like she can do it all too. But anyway, it just seemed like, it's a movie of pros as well. Like she's a pro piano player, and that's kind of like what his thing was. But also that he's this amazing tuner and then becomes this incredible safe cracker. Uh,
Yes.
and like, yeah, it was just fantastic, fantastic stuff, man. And
It was kind
Jean
of.
Jean
Oh,
Reno pops in real quick,
oh
which
yes. Yeah.
he's
Oh,
awesome.
he's so, yeah, like, I mean, limited screen time, but makes the most of those. I was just gonna say real quick, and I know, like, I mean, for a while, like, he was kind of, I don't know if he was like partially Me Too'd or something, but like, I mean, it's just great seeing Dustin Hoffman in a role like that. Granted, like some of the movie he's like just lying in a bed, but I mean
Yeah,
those,
yeah,
like,
man.
that opening like 20 minutes, it's just like seeing a pro just doing his thing, and
I
I
know, man.
I
Speaking of
really
pros.
appreciate seeing
Yeah,
that.
a fucking legend. No, man, I felt the same way. And my buddy kind of made a joke to me today. He's like, "Oh, he's like, they put Dustin Hoffman back in movies," and it was like, and it made me go think back. I was like, "Oh yeah, like, I mean, like, okay, but like, of all people, too, of like, of like what some people have done, like, really, he was the
Yeah.
one that we really like stuck our guns to not let him in things." And
Yeah.
I remember that person like jumped on him in that Q&A. I think it was for Meyerowitz stories, right?
Oh yeah. Yep. Yep.
Which by the way, I think that's still one of maybe my favorite Baumbach. Um, um, oh, before I go on to what I was saying, in Meyerowitz stories, he always like has a protest. He's like, I protest this, I protest
Yeah.
that. And like his wife in this movie, like he didn't pay his premiums or whatever, and she says out of protest. I was like, oh, we're kind of continuing his Meyerowitz character here.
Yeah.
But anyway, I remember he went to go do like a Q&A, and I think they even talked about like, hey, let's maybe not talk, like we're not going to bring it up. And that dude like immediately brings it up, I guess, when he's like on stage. And that was kind of like one of the, oh, look at what Dustin Hoffman lost his shit on stage. It was also like, if you guys actually did have that talk, like, like why are you doing that? Like, oh,
Right.
I'm gonna be the bold person to fucking take him down. Like, we need to stop the takedown thing, especially if people like, well, whatever, man. Honestly, I don't even remember Dustin Hoffman's
Yeah.
story. So you can try to take me down right now. We're like, hey, oh no, he did all this shitty shit, but at the end of the day, I'm with you, man. I saw him in this movie, and especially this movie. Like, we're not gonna have Dustin Hoffman one day, and
Yeah.
man, he gave us some of the best work that we've ever seen. Dude's amazing, and
Yeah.
it was just joyful to see him in this, and I felt the same way. Meyerowitz stories. I think he's super fucking funny in that movie, even though he's a fucking ass.
No,
But yeah.
I think this is definitely going to make my top 10 of the year
Oh,
list.
dude, it's one of the
It's
best movies I've seen this year for sure. I
yeah,
mean, yeah,
might be in top five. I don't know.
yeah,
It's
whatever's my favorites of the year right now. Odyssey's obviously one of them, and I just kind of have to look at my list, but this is absolutely at the top of that, man. Like, just
yeah.
great stuff. Great movie, man. Phenomenal movie. A movie that I would love to have in my collection. Like, that's
Oh yeah. Yeah.
yeah. We almost like we were trying to like Kelsey was like, oh, let's watch it. He was like, I don't want to watch something serious. I was like, I almost watched Power Ballad instead because it's just
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah.
probably a little lighter, and I will watch that soon. And it was like, well, Paul Rudd. The only Paul Rudd never really disappoints whenever I throw it on, except that fucking I didn't care for that unicorn movie a year or two ago.
Oh yeah. Not a big fan of that.
I was like, I've never seen Paul Rudd like not like fun. Anyway, so we almost threw that on. It was like, I don't want nothing serious. But then Tuner like literally had comedy, it had romance, obviously it had the drama, it had the crime thriller thing going on, like, and yeah, so the leads are incredible. Dustin Hoffman's incredible. Who played his wife was great. Uh,
Hmm.
the guy that played Yuri, he was
Yes.
actually pretty fun at first, but you know where this is going. And
Oh
then
yeah.
he's fucking ruthless, piece of shit, but you knew that was coming. His nephew, though, that dude that plays Benny in the movie, that guy kind of stole the movie for me in a way. He was so funny eating them Takis with the
Yes.
chopsticks, and then he's just always like just on his phone, like watching dogs. It was a great movie, man. A great fucking movie.
Real quick, I think like there's a couple like things that happen, like twists that happen kind of in the script, and to me it's like, and I'm sure you've probably read some of these books about like the perfect screenplay structure, and it's like, all right, so maybe some of those things I did end up seeing that what was coming, but to me it was just like it kept you off balance, because it did like, just follows that structure where you have good, the peak, the fall off, the
mhm.
ups and the downs, and the so
Yeah.
yeah. So kudos to that filmmaker, and I forget his name, but I
Daniel
should have it up here. But
Romer, right? Something like that.
oh
Daniel.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. It's a
Canadian
great.
guy.
What?
He's a
What'd you
Canadian
say?
filmmaker.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He, yeah, great. There was a moment where it got like a really happy montage, and I just looked at Kelsey. I was like, and everything worked out. The end. No, great movie. I mean, everything that we kind of talked about today, like we love movies, this is what we
Yes.
do. It's what
Yeah.
we do here at Getting Real Cleveland. Not trying to shit on things. I will tell you if I don't like something or this or that. And but we're here to just celebrate movies. We love movies. We love watching movies. We just talked about a lot of them. And I got my ticket to Manhunter for Thursday. So
Yes.
we're probably gonna have a 40th anniversary Manhunter episode. So
Yeah. And
so
I
if
wish I
Miami
could
Vice
join you
was an
that
hour,
night.
oh yeah,
Because I'm going to be doing one of the Q&As for a movie called Union County with the filmmaker Adam Meeks and the star Will Poulter. So I'm sure I'll have something to report on the next episode for that.
hell yeah, and that's awesome, man. Congrats. I'm so mad. I was on vacation when those were like starting to sell out, and I just like did not have the headspace to even. I was busy, and I was like, I can't
Yeah.
even look at fucking tickets right now. And then they all sold out. All four of them at Nightlight. Pissed, I'm missing it. And then even the next night at
Cinematech. Yeah.
Cinematheque sold out
Completely
too.
sold out. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's awesome. I mean, that I'm I know that Meeks is from Ohio, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So
The
that's
Columbus
cool.
area, I believe.
Yeah, and then they made that here or like down south, right?
Yeah,
Um,
in the it's I think it's called like
Cincinnati, is
Clark
it?
County or something like
Okay,
that.
okay.
It's near Columbus, but
Oh, it is near Columbus. No,
yeah.
that's awesome, man. I'm glad, and it's so cool that they're both coming to do those Q&As here. That's awesome, man. We love that. We need that. We want that because we love movies.
Yes.
I hope you can make maybe Manhunter on Friday, but whatever. We're gonna have
I'm
one,
crossing the fingers.
and probably Styles. He was like, "What's this one gonna be? 3 hours?" I'm like, oh God, maybe. I don't know, but I hope not. All right, getting real Cleveland. We love movies, a lot of them, most of them. And if we don't, we'll try not to talk bad about them. Thanks for coming on, Mr. Cleveland Film, as always.
Absolutely.
All right, buddy. Take care. And you guys, watch some more movies, Watch I Want Your Sex, Go see Spider-Man, but also go see I Want Your Sex.